Make It to Midnight versus Inverse VR. Today we'll be comparing how similar they are to Dead by Daylight, how the murderers act and feel in the game, and how the survivors act and feel in the game. Well, without further ado, let's get into the video. I just want to say before recording any of this video that I don't have a script because I don't want to seem lifeless. Without further ado, let's actually get into the video, honestly. So earlier the subjects I named were kind of broad, and that's for a reason. I'm not going to fit like 15 categories for this video, so we'll quickly gloss over each category I named earlier, starting with the murderers. Now at the time of recording this, there's only one type of murderer for both. Now, how Rec Room originals are designed, it's likely to stay that way for Make It to Midnight, but with Inverse, it's likely to change. It's only in early access. Each game has perks like Dead by Daylight, but it's less perk heavy. You don't have to make the entire game around your build, which is what perks you're using. Anyways, believe it or not, Make It to Midnight has more specific perks. Big surprise, the Rec Room game has less good perks than the full-blown game. But the situations these happen in are kinda often, so I guess it evens out in a way. The skill cap is actually higher for playing Bunky in Midnight. The skill cap for playing Bunky is actually higher in Make It to Midnight than it is in Inverse. Unless you know what you're doing, then it's kinda the same as an Inverse. The null in Inverse is weird. There's an exploit that can send you flying faster than you were ever meant to be. I'm not big enough to get the attention of the devs, so I'm not going to say it or how to do it. If you guys would like a video on me terrorizing my friends, let me know in the comments down below. Going off of fun and fairness, no exploit for Inverse, because it's extremely fun. I'll have to make a point for Midnight. What? I'll have to give the point to Make It to Midnight. The survivors in each game are like one side of a coin. On one side, you have a moderately easygoing time for the most part, and on the other side, you have a moderately hard time for the most part. And on the other side, you have a moderately hard time for the most part. Let's start with Inverse VR. If you have a full lobby, then beating the game as a survivor is difficult still. The null is faster than you, can climb faster than you, and there's not much you can do to stop it. In both Make It to Midnight and Dead by Daylight, there's a system that if a survivor is nearby the killer, they know in form of their heart beating faster. The only cues that the null is near you is its breathing that's not too loud. You have the whole lobby have to know what they're doing in order to win, and it's still pretty difficult. On the other side of the coin, we have Make It to Midnight, the game where it's relatively balanced. Survivors have useful perks they can unlock, and so does Bunky. This, along with a Bunky that's easier to keep track of, just makes this a no-brainer whose point this is. The reason the footage in the background is going to be so extensively blurred is because it has the exploit, and I don't want y'all to know how to do it. But if y'all want to see me terrorize my friends, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. Without further ado, let's continue the video. Originality is our final stop. We'll be seeing how much the game differs from Dead by Daylight. Unless you're a super fan, no one wants to play the exact same game in VR. So Dead by Daylight has a mix of humans and monsters as killers, so we can't really compare them to the other games since they're both monsters and killer. What, monsters and killers? So we can't really compare them to the other killers since they're both humans and monsters. Dead by Daylight takes place in these realms made by an entity. Make It to Midnight takes place in a rundown amusement park, and Inverse VR takes place in a breached research area. I'm not sure where to put this, so we'll call it a draw. If you know where to put it, let me know in the comments down below. I don't want to seem cheap, but overall, I'm not sure who's more original. I think it's Inverse VR, but that's just a genuine guess. Before the video ends, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 32 subscribers. This means so much to me because this means I make 32 people's days better. And I can say the words, I have half a stack of subscribers. Subscribe 32 more times and I can say I have a full stack of subscribers. See you in the next video, guys.